Anahita Sedaghatfar, attorney of counsel to the Cochran firm, Aaron Foster, on his face, she asked about them. He told her he'd been robbed. He still had his wallet. Anahita, how are you going to defend this guy? Come on now.
Well, let me tell you one thing that caught my attention here, and I've said this on your show a million times. If you are a criminal suspect in a case, do not speak to the police. And that's what he did. He was talking, and he said a lot of things that didn't matter. But what he did is he placed himself at the crime scene because he told police, I came back to her house after the game. Doesn't mean he's guilty. I think we need a lot more evidence to make that leap. But he may have now incriminated himself in a crime that he may have not committed. So keep your mouth shut if you are a criminal defendant. Do not speak to police unless you have an attorney present.
Okay, but let's be realistic. He's got
a normal person. That's how he described himself, Anahita.
Yeah.
Your defendant, the guy that you hope would keep his mouth shut, is really, I think, coming clean. I think he deserves a tip of the hat for that.
Well, look, that doesn't make him guilty. Yeah, he says he's not a normal person. He said he drank. He has a criminal record. He had a restraining order against him brought out by his parents. But guess what? That does not make him a murderer. And those things actually don't even come into evidence in this trial. So as a defense attorney, I'm not worried about that. It doesn't come in unless he chooses to testify, and then it can be arguably used for impeachment. But for
I wish the camera had
Just wondering, where's the forensic evidence? Where is any evidence that would tie this man to the crime?
Well, they're analyzing it now.
Right,
and happens.
I just feel like everyone's just rushing to convict. I don't think there's enough evidence. I haven't heard of one piece of evidence that would say they found a fiber, they found his skin under her fingernails, they found any hair, they found any blood. It was a gruesome crime scene.
But you
Where
agree
is any DNA evidence?
He was the last one seen with her.
We don't know that,
right?
though.
And he had this
but we don't know that.
Wait.
That's the problem.
Okay, then who else was seen with her?
There are some indications that possibly someone else may have shown up at her house.
Possibly, maybe. He's the last one known to have been with her.
Known to have been with her.
So he's got to be ruled out. He's got to be ruled out.
But he's being charged with first-degree murder, and we are convicting him of first-degree premeditated
We're just saying what the facts are.
I'm just saying let's not take it for granted that we don't have all the facts yet.
Yes, ma'am.
In your opinion, do you think that these forms of social media...
Criminal picture. You remember that?
I remember
Anahita,
him.
You liked him.
No, Sam liked him.
Yeah.
I didn't like him.
But why do we always blame...
Wait, I'm going to answer because I've learned from Anahita working for so long. Wait.
Let's see if he learned.
Everyone deserves a good defense. Everyone deserves a defense. It's in our system that, thank goodness, we have capable, intelligent, skilled, excellent attorneys like Anahita and her like to defend people because you can be wrongly accused of something. And the fact is we are speaking in hyperbolic terms about this guy a little bit. We don't know whether he did this. We're awaiting is that I've been unfair. I was talking about women checking the online backgrounds. Well, Anahita, you straightened up when I was critical of myself.
I thought you were going to defend the suspect.
No, I'm not going to defend him. I'm going to defend women. And remind men that they need to check backgrounds too. I'm just saying. But Anahita, you understand why we're all so excited about this guy, even though you're doing your job. I get it, but you understand what we are all seeing here.
I understand. It's a very violent, gruesome, bloody crime. But again, that's not how we convict people in this country. There needs to be evidence. There needs to be something that will directly link this man to this murder. If that's the case, fine, convict him.
Yes, ma'am. 10 seconds, defend him.
I just feel as though, I mean, there's no way to defend what he did. It was wrong, but the judge did place great weight on the son's testimony. And I think 54 years taking, you know, this father away from the son who's so well adjusted might be a bit extreme in this case. All
right, we have to go to break quickly. I've got would society go easier on a mother that kidnaps a woman?
There's a huge double standard. I saw it on social media today that when it's a mother that does something like this, she gets defended. People presume the dad is a deadbeat dad. But with him, people were like, put him in jail for life, give him the death penalty. I think there is really this double standard.
I have a question for my mom.
I mean, Anahita, he says, I have a compulsive disorder. Then whatever follows that, is that a defense?
It's not a defense, no. But I don't think just based on this particular crime, it's a misdemeanor, it's not a felony, that he should be barred completely from ever practicing his profession again. What troubles me is the prior convictions. I mean, he seems to be getting in trouble after trouble after trouble, and I think that's where the problem really is.
Aaron, where is the Florida Licensing Board? Where is the
guilty on that count?
Now I have a defense attorney sitting across from me nodding and gleefully saying, oh, it was just attempted. Is that what we're saying?
He was charged with a felony count and a misdemeanor, and apparently the jurors didn't believe that it was a felony here that he committed, that it was an attempted voyeur charge.
Amy, are you still there on Skype?